Hello and welcome to a new series, episode 1 of Euro Truck Simulator 2. So I went ahead and I just did the initial first run because it's usually pretty quick, and then at the end you get to pick where you want your base. So if I go to the map, I basically took my base here in Dusseldorf, Germany. I picked this because there's a lot of quick runs around here. So starting off, we are doing this in career mode, so we're starting off with pretty much nothing. So we're going to have to start by doing some quick jobs, raise a bit of money, and then hopefully in a couple of episodes we'll be able to purchase our first truck. Then once we purchase our first truck, then it's looking at getting some hired workers and all that good stuff. So let's go in and see what kind of job we can take. So I was already looking at it. Now I'm going to try to keep this pretty somewhat not realistic as such, but like right now I am in Dusseldorf. So I'm actually going to pick a job, and if I go to, say, I'm looking at the very first one, and I think the first one is going to bring us to Berlin, which is, where's Berlin on this map? Anyway, Berlin. So we're going to probably travel over to Berlin. That way we get the most money. And as we get further into our career and open up objectives, our skill points, we'll be able to do longer runs. We'll be able to carry fragile cargo and stuff like that. So let's take this job. Now I am using Pro Mods version 2.33. It just basically makes the map a whole lot better. And starting off, I do have the gear shifter and that, but just starting off I'm using realistic automatic transmission. But later on in the series I'll probably bring in the gear shifter. I'm just trying to get used to it. Now also you'll notice down bottom I'm using another mod. I think this is Hemmel's. I'm not sure. I'll show you the mods after, and I'll probably list some of the mods in the... Actually, you know what? Before we even start, let me turn that off to save a bit of petrol. Let's just go out, and I'll show you the mods that I have installed. So, the mods that we are using, I got sound fixes. I'm using Pro Mods Trailer Company Pack. There's a whole bunch of Pro Mods accessories and whatnot. Then we're using the Pro Mods. Then we got Project Belkins. Southern Region Map. So that's our map ones. We're using real European gas stations, real European companies, real advertisements. Now this is it here. It's called Hemmel's Route Advisor. So it just makes it a lot neater than having that big box up, especially when you get a truck that has a GPS built into it. And I'm not going to list them all out, but I'll just scroll down and you can see what mods I'm using. So I do have quite a few mods installed. And we'll probably get more down the road. So let's get back in and get that started. I also, with the Pro Mods 2.33, you got to have the base game, you got to have, I can't remember all the DLCs right now, but you got to have all the DLCs and all that, so. So we are off to Berlin for 8,000 euros. Now I just want to make sure I got my signal lights ready. My lights, now it is raining, so I'm going to turn the lights on. High beam, low beam, both work. And we can head out. So let's bring the GPS up. And we are clear. I'm not going to mess with the mirrors or nothing yet. I'll wait till we purchase our first truck and then I'll be able to set the mirrors and that. But it's no sense of doing it now because for the first couple of runs that we do, we're going to be using different trucks because we're just basically taking someone else's truck and they're paying us to do it. Now I'm from North America, so normally we can turn right on a red, but here in Europe you can't, so we have to wait for the green. And watching your speed is most important at such an early time in the game because the fines are pretty hefty and we don't have very much money to start. So like right now we only have 3,356 euro. So it will take us a while to be able to purchase our first truck. Now, another important thing is, just let me pause here for a second. I hate doing it in the middle of a road, but I want to just see what areas we're going through because it's important to pick up some of these points here so we can unlock recruiters and we need to unlock recruiters and garages so we can purchase vehicles. So I'm just seeing what ones are on our way. So I may come up here because we don't have much of a timeline. And then we're going to come up here and then down into here. That's not working very well. So let's get rid of that one and let's get rid of that one. Okay, we are set. So these episodes are not going to be time-lapsed or anything like that. We're going to basically probably do a run episode. They do take a bit of time. And we'll just travel the highways. And hopefully not get in any accidents whatsoever. Now eventually as we get further into it, we'll be able to get better trucks. Like some of the trucks that you use on the quick jobs are really nice because basically you're just driving for someone else. Now when we buy our first truck, it's not going to be no extravagant hefty truck or whatnot, but eventually we'll be able to add better engines, transmissions, and all that. So now I do have another profile in this. I was experimenting. I'm not sure if it's set up on this profile yet, but I'm going to. And basically you just go into the XML file and you make a few changes. And if you take a sharp turn too quickly or anything like that, you can actually tip the truck over. It's pretty realistic that way. I remember when I first installed it on my test profile that I'm working with, just to get used to the game. I was coming down like an off-ramp like this, and I was going fairly quick. And the truck and trailer just tipped right over on me. It was crazy. Well, this is not a very pleasant day in Germany today. In Dusseldorf. Hopefully the weather in Berlin's a lot better. But it's starting to rain pretty hard now. But yeah, if anyone is out there just getting into playing Euro Truck Simulator, Pro Mods is a definite mod that you should get. It just gives you so much more that you can do in the game. So many more routes, more cities, more runs, and the graphics on it are really great too. So we got 469 kilometers to go, and it should take us around 7 hours and 37 minutes. Now, as we just started, we shouldn't have to sleep. Hopefully not, but I did add some extra stopping points, so... Now, another thing, when you're doing these jobs at the beginning, your quick jobs, you know, there's really no need. You should never have to fuel up whatsoever, because usually they give you enough fuel to do the run plus a lot more. So even if you veer off course a bit to pick up some undiscoverables, you should still be fine. Watch now, that'll turn yellow just before I get to it. Just turned yellow as I went through. All right, we are entering Dortmund. Just going to veer off course here for a second because we do have a discoverable, I believe, to pick up in here. Always got to watch the back of our trailer. Now, we have a discoverable just right here, and it is a driver recruiting place, so that's good. So now when we are getting closer to recruiting drivers, oh, I better watch my speed or I'm going to get a ticket, as there's a police officer there. As we get ready to hire some workers, the more these recruiting places you have unlocked, the more variety of workers you get to pick from. So that's one of the initial goals in the beginning, is to unlock as many undiscoverables as possible. Alright, looks like we're heading back out to the highway. And it looks like the rain is stopping. So we can turn off our wipers. And just as well leave our headlights on for now. Now, I believe in some places in Europe it's required to have... Okay, I gotta spin. Wasn't showing me the speed limit there, but I guess it was 50 and I got a speeding ticket. Not good. Police there just on side of me, so I really got to watch my speed now. Some places in Europe, especially in Germany, they don't post no speed limits, especially if you're on the Autobahn. I guess there is no speed limit on it, so let's get in the inside lane here. But yeah, I've been playing around with this game over the last few days, and I'm really enjoying it. So I decided to do some videos on it and let you guys enjoy it as well. So we got some nuclear power plants coming up there. So by the looks of it, this truck here has a 12-speed transmission in it. You can get them, I think, anywhere from 10, 12, and 18 speeds in the game. But we'll get into that much more when we build up our money and are able to purchase our first truck and start basically building the truck up. You know, whenever we can afford to throw a more powerful engine in it, we'll get that. And as you'll see later, if you want to do a heavy haul or one of them special transport ones that requires real heavy equipment, if your transmission and engine can't handle heavy equipment, you won't be able to do it. So that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on. I have been playing around with it. I notice sometimes you want to try to keep it balanced overall, I find, because there are going to be jobs that you do that are not heavy haul, they're just regular cargo hauls. So you want to be able to have a transmission that'll handle that as well, so efficiently. will say they will be able to handle it, but you basically want to be able to have it efficient and cost effective, because I do have realistic fuel usage on, and I didn't think it was going to be a big difference turning that on, but just playing around with the setting, it has a difference in it. I can guarantee you that. So, Berlin bound we are. A lot of traffic on the road. What is it? It's Monday. You guys are a little bit too slow for me, so I'm going to try to get out here and grab a bit of speed here. Berlin, 356 kilometers. And we're showing 308, so we must be not going directly right into Berlin. Now, I'm using a Logitech G29 steering wheel, and I have the shifter that goes with it. I don't have the shifter hooked up yet, but I also have force feedback on the wheel, so if you hear like vibrations or whatnot, that's the wheel doing that. Through. Yep. And I missed my turn off. Oh well. I think that was just to pick up a discoverable. I really would have liked to have gotten it, but I think I'm going to miss out on it this time. I better go check the map. Let me see. Yeah, and that's a big one actually. I wonder how can I get down there. I can come in around here and come around in a circle. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to skip them for now. I'll pick them up probably on the way back if we do a return route. Because I don't want to run out. Well, I got lots of fuel, but I don't want to have to rest. And we still got quite a way to go. So we'll just continue on to Berlin, and we'll pick them up some other time. Some of the interchanges are so confusing. Especially in Europe, I've noticed they have like this cutoff lane, and then you have a off-ramp to get off the highway, and then you got this interchange that brings you back onto the highway. So it's just getting used to it. not sure where this is bringing us, but I'm gonna have to go look at the map and see what's going on here. Oh, so it is making us go back around. Ah, well, we'll do it. If I gotta sleep, I gotta sleep. We're not on a time crunch here. Might as well do it now, because as we get in and we get our skills built up and you got just-in-time cargo, you're basically restricted on how long it takes you to do a run, so... Hopefully this won't make us late on this one. I know some of them do have time limits, but... if we lose a few dollars to pick up a few discoverables, I think it's worth it in the long run. I just got to watch the map more closely so I don't miss my turn-offs anymore. Yeah, it's a little bit of a detour, but... oh, speed. Watch my speed. That's the worst thing about when you're off the highway. The speed limits are so low, it takes you forever to drive through. But, like I said, it's very important to keep an eye on the speed at early levels. I guess as you get further into your career and you got millions of dollars in the bank, you don't really care about a speeding ticket or 2 or 3. But right now, where we need to make money, speeding tickets are very expensive. But the level of detail in this Pro mods also is amazing. The authors of this mod really did a great job. I remember when I first started playing a game like this, I guess it was American Truck Simulator, and I was driving with a keyboard and mouse. It really makes it a lot more enjoyable when you got the steering wheel. So let me just zoom in here on our map. That way I won't miss my turn-offs. Slow down, buddy. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. I got a turn coming up. Actually, it's telling me to go up this way and around. I'm going to follow it. I probably could have done it the other way, but because we were supposed to come in on the other side, but Just having a look out the window, see what the scenery looks like around. Oh, signal light's still on, turn that off. So it looks like we have a Scania truck dealer and a more job recruiting. Okay, let's get back and try to get back out on the highway and get over to Berlin. So all I'm doing here now is going around in circles. Now, if the traffic lights continue to do that for me, that'll be great. Now back out towards the highway that we were already on. But we discovered Hanover and we got 2 discoverables, so it was worth it. You got to be very careful around here, especially I find towards city limits, and in city limits they got a lot of cameras to detect your speed, and you don't even have to have police around and you can still get a ticket. So you got to be careful. Got a Mr. Police Officer just up ahead of us. So I think we're doing fine for gas, for fuel, but our little sleep icon is getting up there, so I don't know if we're going to make it all the way unless we have a nap. I'm going to try to go as far as I can. But you got to be careful as well, because you can actually get a ticket for being too tired to drive. But I believe our next stop now is Berlin anyway, so... And as long as that police cruiser stays well ahead of us, we'll be okay. Now there is a mod you can get that tones down the police presence. Maybe that's something I might look at getting, because it seems like every couple of seconds you got a police car around. It's ridiculous, actually. Alright, let me zoom out my map just a little so we get a better view here. And I'm going to get out in this lane here because I believe we're going straight on this time. Yeah, so that took us an extra, it was about an hour and a half just to do that little circuit around. We got another 3 hours basically to get to Berlin. So we should be fine. I can actually check on our next resting time. Oh, not that one there. So our next rest stop in 4 hours. So yeah, we're good. especially if we can pick up some speed here, get a bit of a flat, straight piece of road here. We'll be able to cruise along at a higher speed. I don't know if I got, basically it's your trailer stability. You can change your trailer stability in the options itself, but it don't allow you to do the truck stability. But you can actually go into one of the XML files and change the truck stability. Now I set them at 0, and it's pretty realistic, I must say. Like, the truck and trailer move. Actually, I think I might even be set on this already, looking at that trailer behind me, so I better be very careful going around turns too fast. A lot of trucks on the road tonight. Won't be long now and we'll be in Berlin. But it's going to make for a great episode. I'm finally glad to start Euro Truck Simulator 2. Hopefully the video comes out good. It's my first time recording, actually. So hopefully it records well. Now I also believe in the settings, I got it set so it's always picks the hardest parking as possible. I usually pick it anyway, so I just got it set so it just automatically defaults to that. So there's no fooling around going in and hitting enter and picking how you park. Now I'm not sure if it's set up on this yet or not, but we'll find out soon as we get to our destination. Come on, buddy, you got nothing on and you're so slow. I don't want to be out in this lane in case I got to turn off suddenly, so that's why he's slow. There's plenty trucks up ahead of him. Like a big convoy. Oh, excuse me. So I've messed around with a bunch of trucks on Euro Truck, and I believe my favorite is the Scania. So that's probably the first truck I'm going to purchase. Now in North America we call them semis. I believe in Europe they call them lorries, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not correct in that, please feel free to correct me, but I do believe in the UK anyway, I'm pretty sure I've heard of them referred to as lorries. Now I don't know if that goes throughout all of Europe or just in the UK or... Now I gotta be careful, I don't want to miss my turn off if I got one, and I do. Oh, must have been an accident there. The police with 2 cars in front. Berlin. Oh, stay in one lane. So we're down to 28 kilometers to go, so we're almost there. So we'll actually make it without losing any rest bonus or anything like that, so that's good. There we are, we're in Berlin now. Now, guaranteed the speed is going to change soon, so I got to watch out for the speed changes. And I believe we got to set up to find a discoverable here in Berlin as well. So. And then find the entrance to our drop-off depot. Oh my, where is it taking us? Drop-off is over here, I believe. We have a discoverable down here. Yeah, right there, driver. Make sure there's no traffic coming. Very tight spaces here. We don't want to hit anything. Now, just try to find our drop-off location. So I'm just going to go in and look at the map right quick. So we are up here. So we got to come back all the way over here. Okay. I was a little bit confused for a minute. I didn't know where we were going. We'll get there eventually. Just follow the arrows on our GPS. or SATCOM, whatever you want to call it. Have a look. There's a vehicle there. He's turning. We're clear. The only thing about this game that I think needs to be changed is, like, if I was pulling out and a car sped up and banged into me, I'm the one that pays the damage for the accident. Like, sometimes you could be just driving and someone bang into you for no reason, because the AI is... It's okay, but it has its weirdness. Where is this bringing me? I don't think there's anything down here. I probably hit the map. Yeah. So I'm going to have to do a U-turn, which I hope no police are around. Thank you. We're down by all the clubs, by the sounds of it. I got to go in and fix this map up. So... I don't know what it's doing. That's the only thing with... Alright, buddy. Have your lane. That's the only thing about setting courses offline. Points in that offline. It can be real messy. And I can get lost. And lost I am. That's what I should have done. I should have, when I came out from the other side over here, because I just crossed this bridge, I should have turned off this off-ramp here. And that would have got me back to the other side of Berlin. But I think we're good now. Get over and get this cargo dropped off. My luck now to bring us all the way back to Dusseldorf. So there's our drop-off target there, the flag. So we're getting close. Okay, so that's where we gotta go. We gotta come back here, but I'm just gonna go grab that discoverable there. Right quick. Pick that up and we'll get back. That's a weird spot to drop off, so almost right under the bridge. But cool. And I believe this is a man dealership. Yep. A little bit bumpy there. That's not our drop-off. How do I get in there? With great difficulty. Ladies and gentlemen, do not do this in real life. So now I just got to find how to get in there. And it's probably through here. I need to get back in the cab so I don't hit anything. Is this the spot? Yep. This is going to be hard. How am I going to get down there? Wonder if there's enough room down there to turn around. We will find out. I might be able to do a little U-turn around here, come back out and back in. Alright, park and brake on. Let's get back in the cab. Park and brake on, and let's release the trailer. So we made it to level 2. We made 8,307 euro, and we picked up a few so what I'm going to do is here is I'm going to work on long distance and high value cargo and fragile. Like, I'll try to keep them uniform going down. This one here, eco driving, I'm not too concerned with right now, but mostly I'm going to worry about long distance driving first, and especially if I go to hire a driver, that's one of the qualities I'm going to look for, because it just gives them a lot more jobs that they can do, and they're not stuck in an area waiting for a shorter job to come up. So long distance, I believe, is the most important. Hence the reason I believe it's one of the ones right up top. We'll also work on high value cargo and fragile cargo. But for right now, I'll take one of each of them. I'll apply that. We got some email. Need money? We can help. We got an email from the bank. We thought you might like to know that we offer valuable loans to new businessmen or to new businesses. Do you need funding to get your business running? We are here to help. Please visit your local banking center. I'm not going to worry about that right yet, because I want to get a bit more money under us before we actually go to a bank and try to seek out a loan. And the other email is from the boss. Hello, boss. I have something special for you. Thanks to our connections, we are able to get a real challenge. Some special extra large and heavy cargoes need to be hauled by a true professional. It won't be easy, and it'll require some skills, patience, cooperation with escorting vehicles, and extra care. But I guess you have it all, right? Also, bigger risks come bigger profits. If you're interested, you can visit these cities. So there's quite a few cities there that you can visit. And that actually comes with this special transport mod, or DLC, sorry. So that's unlocked now. So yeah, there you go. So that's it for this episode. We're ending with 11,443 euro. We're at level 2. So we're slowly on our way up the ranks. Looking at the job market. Let's just go in. So we are in Berlin. So we're in Berlin. And let's see what kind of jobs they're offering right now. So we can go further east, or we can head back towards Dusseldorf that way. But what I'm going to try to do on our next episode, I'm going to look for a route that goes through a lot of these. Like, if you see the difference here, the bigger circles are the towns that we've discovered. All these small ones, we haven't discovered them yet. So I find a good idea is to try to get a route that'll route you through some of these small ones, so that way we'll be able to unlock them and open them up. You know, like, for example, you know, there's a whole bunch. Like this one here goes, and you can probably pick up these two, and then you're picking up your destination. So you're picking up 4 right here on this one. So that's something that we will look on for the next episode. I hope you enjoyed our very first season of Euro Truck Simulator 2 career mode. And if you liked the video, please give a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. It helps me out, and it just helps my channel grow so more people can see it. And if you want to know when I'm going to post another video, just click on that little bell, and that'll give you notifications when I upload any videos. So for now, y'all take care, and I'll see you next time.